What's up YouTube? Dave the Phone Guy back with another video. And as you can see, I have the OnePlus 8 Pro, some accessories. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get this stuff unboxed. I'm gonna give you my impressions. I'm gonna tell you what I think right off the bat. So let's get started. All right guys, so let's get this stuff spread out on the table. Where should I start? I say we start with the phone. What do you say? I say that's a good idea. I like this. Got an open tab right here. Let's pull on it. Kind of a nice touch with that tab. This box, super long, a little bit different. You ready? You know what? I was about to open the box, but let's check it out first. So box is pretty premium feeling. Got an indentation here. You can feel the actual 8 on it. OnePlus, that's their new logo right there on the side. You got the OnePlus 8 Pro logo. It's hard to pick up there, but I think if I kind of move it, there it is. OnePlus 8 Pro. On the back, it's got my IMEI, stuff like that. Let's open the box. Let's open the box. All right, so right there, never settle. That's what I feel like when I get a OnePlus phone. I feel like I'm not settling. Ooh, feels light. Over here I have my 7 Pro. Actually feels about the same. Feels a little lighter, So on the back of the wrapper, it has the wireless charging logo that was on the back. Check out the blue. Whoa, that's sharp. This year's blue, last year's blue. Kinda similar, but this is more of a matte finish. I like it. It's nice, it feels smooth. It's all rounded, the back is rounded. I don't usually take my phone out of the case very often, so I forget what it looks like and feels like, but this feels nice. Now, the camera bump is definitely bigger than last year's bump. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Let's see what else is in the box. The OnePlus logo coming on. This is a nice box, guys. You got the case that it comes with, says never settle on the side. You have your USB-C to USB-A cable. And you have the Warp 30 charger in the box, which is a nice touch. Some of the other manufacturers, Apple, makes you pay for the high-speed charging adapter. I'm gonna leave this over here to the side. Looks like there's a little pull tab here. The one thing I didn't see, guys, is usually there's this nice note inside the box. The last several years I noticed that, didn't have it this time. Looks like they included a couple of screen protectors. Cool, definitely need that. Some safety information. This is our quick start guide, your SARS levels. And that is it for inside. Whoa, nope, a little bit more. Can't forget these guys, your OnePlus stickers. Still more, stuff's hard to get out of the box. Invitation letter. Here is the note that I was talking about, but usually they put it on the outside as in the first thing you see or one of the first things you see. Let's see if I can. It says, "Hi there. This is your OnePlus, a smartphone made hand in hand with our community. The OnePlus community is one that we listen to, engage with, and learn from. Without your feedback, the OnePlus 8 series would just be like any other smartphone, but it isn't. Being empowered by you lets us make this truly empowering device. 6 years ago, we started OnePlus because we weren't satisfied with the status quo. Our journey has been far from easy, but we never stopped pursuing a better way of doing things, and we invite you to do the same. We want to hear from you. Find us on the community app on your new phone. Never settle." Signed by Pete. Well, a signature of Pete, not necessarily Pete's signature. Come on, focus. All right, so moving on to the next thing here. Well, we know what this is, because I already got one of those. I don't need to open it again. Let's check out the wireless charger, guys. As we know, this uses proprietary charging system as opposed to standard QI charging. That's a cool unboxing. Check this out. So this is 30-watt wireless charging, 0 to 50, 56. I've seen a few different videos getting to a few different range percentages within 30 minutes, but fast as HE double hockey stick. I'm struggling with this box because I'm talking. This is the other thing that I've seen on other videos and reviews is this cable is attached. There's no way to detach it, which is all right, I guess. But it would have been nice to be able to attach a super long cable because I know now I'm gonna have to hook up an extension cord to get this on my nightstand and at my work desk. Yeah, but pretty nice. This feels solid. It's got a little fan in the back. And the cool thing, it has this like rubber foot here, a rubber insert here, so it's gonna keep the phone from falling. It's also got a couple of rubber feet on the bottom here. Wonder if I can plug this in. Let's see. Be right back. Let's put this on there. Barely, but it made it. All right, so the phone's charging. Let's check out the Karbon Bumper Case. I've gotten this for the last 3 generation OnePluses, the 6T, the 7 Pro, and now the 8 Pro. And I like how they included little tabs on everything to make it a little easier to open. So this feels nice. You know, it's thinner feeling than the last year's. Yeah, I mean, it feels a little more rigid than the OnePlus 7 Pro's case, and maybe because I've had it a year and I've worn it a little bit. I love carbon fiber, I love the look, I love the feel, I love the lightness. My wedding ring's carbon fiber. Yeah, let's take a look at this phone again. This thing is super nice. I'm loving this color. I love this frosted glass. This is super sweet. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go through the setup process, maybe run a benchmark or two, see how it stacks up to the 7 Pro side by side. While the phone is downloading all of the apps and setting it up, I'm gonna go through the menu. So let's zoom in. So we're gonna go through the settings together, see what this phone has. Yeah, so as you can see, I already have an update. I'm not gonna start downloading that until everything is set up and stable. First one is Wi-Fi and internet. Don't really need to go in there. I got a lot of Bluetooth devices, as you guys know, that I need to pair still with the phone. All those Bluetooth headsets that I test. Let's go into display. Comfort tone. So we got adaptive brightness on, optimize brightness level for the available light. I always leave that on so it auto adjusts, especially when I'm in the dark, so it doesn't bother my eyes. Comfort tone, automatically adapt the screen color based on ambient light to ensure comfortable display effect in different environments. I'm in. Sleep after 1 minute's cool. Advanced calibration. I like the vivid, so I'm gonna leave it there. Let's go back. You know I gotta have that quad HD, gotta have it. And you know 120's always gotta be on for me. Front camera, we're gonna leave that. I don't need a hideous notch. Look at that, you see that? That's crazy talk. Why would you give up that type of display? Apps to display, full screen. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go back. Let's move over to vibrant color effect. What is this? This enhancement engine dynamically optimizes video color torus and contrast to make it more vivid. I think I'm good. I don't need to mess with that one myself. Motion graphics and smoothing. This is something that OnePlus talked about in their launch of the phone. What it does is it speeds up the frames so that way your phone can display it in 120 frames per second. So if it's a 30 frame per second video, it's gonna accelerate that with some sort of software magic that it does in the background. I'm gonna leave that off for now as well, because I like to watch video in the frame rate that it's shot in. Night mode. turn on automatically. Definitely, I use that, but I'm gonna leave that off now so it doesn't change the color while we're doing this video here. Reading mode, I never use that, so we're gonna move on. Ambient display, pick up your phone to show, tap the screen to show. Yeah, display message, what is that? Don't want that. Horizon light, what do we got? Options, got blue, got the red, got the gold, purple. I'm gonna leave it on blue, I like blue. All right, so we got all that set up. Font size, it gives you a couple of things. I'm not gonna mess with it, I don't need it. Display type, I'm good there as well. There's nothing to adjust for me. The status bar, all right, so battery bar, battery hidden, I just need the percentage. I don't need anything else than that. Times, we're good there. Icon manager. Now there's some things that I don't need to see on this phone. So let's scroll through here. I don't need to see work profile. I don't need to see Ethernet. I don't need to see voice over LTE, voice over Wi-Fi, NFC. I like it to be as clean as possible. So that's all I need. That's it for display. I'm gonna go into the customization. So the theme, always got to do dark. I love dark mode. It's just looks clean, looks crisp, looks good. I like it. Everything else we're gonna leave alone for now. We'll go back, maybe customize that at another time. Sound and vibrations, anything in here that we need to look at. You got your Dolby Atmos, earphone mode, automatically resume and playback when connecting earphones, definitely. Incoming calls will automatically be answered while connected to Bluetooth, definitely don't want that. I don't want it to speak the caller ID. And then auto sync headset and device volume when connected to Bluetooth. Gonna leave that the way it is. I like that. When I get in my car, it always goes back to the last volume percentage or setting that I had it set at. All right, phones and vibrations, vibration intensity pattern. I'm good with the standard, I'm good with strong. Got the haptics turned on. Let's go back to the next screen. Apps and notifications. I don't need to make any adjustments in there. Privacy, I'm good with all of these settings the way they are. Actually, I gotta leave it once I install my work stuff on there. They kind of lock down my phone a little bit more, so I let them do all the security stuff in the background. So let's go through this here. So you got battery saver, you can turn that off and on, which is great when you're running low on battery. Battery optimization, I usually let this do stuff on its own, and as I need to make adjustments, I do. Optimized charging. What that is, it's gonna learn my pattern. So it's gonna know when I kind of go to sleep and when I wake up. So it's not gonna charge the phone to 100 immediately. It's gonna wait till like an hour before I wake up, and that's just to preserve the battery life. So we're gonna keep that on. Reverse charge. I don't really have anything at this time that I'd use it, so I'm just gonna leave it off. There's no point in having it on. Bedtime mode. When it's time for bed, OnePlus Warp wireless charger goes into a quieter state by switching off the inbuilt fan. Adjustments can be made to the preset setting to charge the device quietly in bedtime mode or switch back to charge the device faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on. I get up typically around 5. I know it's crazy. I'm gonna let it do its own thing with bedtime mode. So we've gone through these. All right, let's jump into storage. So it's still downloading all my apps and everything. Storage manager, let's turn that on. Not sure exactly what that does. Accounts has all my accounts there. Digital well-being, I don't really use this at all. I want to use my phone when I want to use my phone. I'm kind of addicted to Twitter. I probably open that app 500 times a day. I know it's terrible, but it is what it is for now. All right, so let's check out utilities. Quick launch, long press fingerprint. I don't use that, it's pretty cool though. When you're on the lock screen, you can just hold your fingerprint and just jump to an app. I may check that out actually again. I never used it really on my other phone. Parallel apps, I don't need that at this time. Basically, you can have more than one login with the parallel app, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I know you guys will. Schedule power on and off. Don't need to do that. Pocket mode's pretty cool. That way it doesn't automatically butt dial somebody. OnePlus switch, use the Google. Let's go into laboratories here. So what this is, it's gonna enable dark tones in more apps. So apps that don't necessarily have a dark mode mode. It's going to force that on them. DC dimming. The DC dimming will adjust the screen brightness by charging the circuit power on the screen. When enabled, it will reduce screen flicker at low brightness, but this may lead to abnormal colors being displayed. I'm gonna turn this on for now. I've noticed for myself that my eyes don't strain or hurt as much when I have that on. Hyper motion smoothing. What is this? The video frames will be raised to 120 frames per second for extremely... I thought that was in another option. I'm gonna leave that off. Quick reply in landscape. I don't typically use that, but hey, you never know. Let's turn that on. And system. Got accessibility mode, language, date and time. I don't need to make any changes to any of those. RAM boost, gotta have that enabled. That looks like everything. What is this? Power off. This will shut down your phone. I don't want to shut down my phone, obviously. So we're still downloading. 119, 120 out of 194. So I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back soon. And then we're gonna run those benchmarks. I'm gonna do the software update in between all this stop and go video pausing, you know, yeah. So now we're gonna run the benchmarks and see what happens. On my left, we have the OnePlus 7 Pro, and on the right, we have the 8 Pro. The 8 Pro really isn't showing accurate information. It's kind of strange. It doesn't say 8 Pro, it says IN225. Doesn't show which processor it's running, but you can see the different cores. So let's just start. I'm gonna try to start it at the exact same time. Bang, here we go. Sit back, grab your popcorn. 8 Pro is taking a big lead already. Kind of exciting because the 7 Pro is definitely not slow by any stretch of the imagination. So just seeing how much faster it's running through these tests is kind of exciting, because I couldn't imagine the phone being any faster, but it's gonna. The 8 Pro is taking a significant lead now over the 7 Pro. Over 80% done at this point, where the 7 Pro hasn't even passed that 70% mark. 8 Pro is now at 90%. The 7 Pro isn't significantly behind. I mean, we're talking 10%, 9%, 7% at different junctures of these tests that it's running through. So, I mean, it's holding its own for a year-old phone. And boom, uploading the results. Single core 889, multi-core 3058. Pretty solid. As you can see, the single core 889, an S10, 7T, 7 Pros. What about multi-core? Let's check that out. I mean, it blasted pretty much all these phones that are in here. All right, let's look at these results side by side. It's significant, guys. I mean, I didn't really understand how a phone could be much faster than my 7 Pro. I'm gonna find out. So, Robert, this part's for you. What do I think? Well, it's beautiful. It's ultra sleek. The display, just the little bit that I've looked at it, it's crisp. It's super crisp. And I know I'm gonna enjoy that Quad HD and 120 Hertz. I can't wait to get the camera, start banging out some photos, looking at a comparison of the two. I'll shoot a couple up on Twitter so you guys can tell me what you think looks better between the 7 Pro and the 8 Pro. I gotta say, I like it's a little taller, a little slimmer, which makes it easier to hold in the hand compared to the previous phone. Actually makes it feel smaller overall. I'm already missing the pop-up camera. I don't know, I'm sure I'll get used to the cutout for sure. But yeah, guys, I love the blue color. Let's take it out of the case one more time. This frosted back is really nice. My initial impressions is this. Look at that, that's sexy, that's cool, man. $1,000 for this phone. Is it worth that much more? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna let you guys know. But it feels solid, it feels premium, it feels on the level of the S20s, the iPhone 11s. It feels nice in the hand, which is super important. These rounded bezels feel really, really nice. I love the little cutout indention. This cutout right here, it looks really sleek. I say it's a go off my initial impressions. $1,000 is a lot of money, and you can pick up the 7T for almost half the price. You could probably find a secondhand 7 Pro for $300-400, and that is an absolute steal. But if you like to live on the edge, the bleeding edge, I like it. Guys, if you like this video in any way, you know what to do. Smash that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, smash that thumbs up. I don't care, just smash the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell. That way you get notified of my next video before anyone else. That's it. I'm out.